Hi, I'm Rez, and this is Teddy. And what you're about to watch is the very first episode of the DFFOO Fireside Chat featuring me, Jin Lee, Lidz87, and 40 the Broadway Saiyan, and of course Teddy. Just talking about DFFOO and life. So this is our very first episode. We'll probably be doing these on a monthly basis, just hanging out, all of us as friends with some good whiskey. So yeah, this is the first episode. We had a lot of fun with it. Thanks to everybody who was able to show up and support us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. I'm still pretty lit. This is right after the podcast. So I guess it's not a podcast. It's right after the stream. So I'm still a little bit lit, but we had a lot of fun, and hope you enjoy.
What's going on Twitch? All right, I see some viewers saying something about the Jin face reveal. Are you guys ready? Are you guys freaking ready for that face reveal? Man, long awaited. You guys, all right, here we go. Say hi to Jin. I'm just kidding. Don't hate me.
I look like the odd one out just a little bit.
Okay.
But I do look very, very fine.
Nice. What's going on, everybody? So
What's up, everyone?
I'm a bit loud.
It might be me. Let me turn it down just a little bit. I'm still adjusting everything. This is this new fake Jin face. Oh boy, Speedy. All right, so this sort of pre-show, we're gonna just hang out for a little bit, and then we're gonna start the actual show. Thank you guys for coming through. Thanks, 40, Rez, Jin, all of us here. Teddy, who's already bored. Gosh damn it, Teddy.
He's yawning so much.
Hold on.
Teddy is adorbs. He's super
Your
adorable.
volume is oh, that's why. All right, there we go. I have to do 2 volumes.
Oh my God, 40.
What is that? Is that I see the sun on its stomach. Is that like Praise the Sun, like from Dark Souls?
It's Dragonzord from Power Rangers. It's Dragonzord.
I only know the red one.
Oh, Tyrannosaurus.
Yes.
And then you summon it like that.
Who is your guys' favorite Power Ranger?
The Shadow Ranger.
Kimberly, that's about as far as I go. Back. Or forward.
Man.
How to say.
Kimberly
I
was
wasn't really a Power Rangers fan.
No?
I was more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was Donatello.
Oh, okay. Respect.
Ooh.
Ninja Turtles. Respect.
Yeah.
I
Of course,
think my
Rez would
brother
go
was
with
Leonardo and my sister was
nerdy
always
dude.
Raphael. Nobody was ever Michelangelo.
Yeah, because he's the weird dude.
Hey, I
He
love
likes pizza though.
Michelangelo.
I like pizza.
Uh,
I don't know why I was Donatello. He had the lamest weapon.
He was the best weapon in fighting games though.
Yeah, like freaking Killick in Soul Calibur.
In the arcade game, that staff was broken.
right.
That staff was the best in all the games.
Wow. That's funny.
But I had to go with Leonardo because of the blue and the sword.
Wait, can you guys hear me? I'm hearing that you guys can't hear me. I wonder if I have to bring my mic closer.
Yeah,
40, I see your Mewtwo and I raised
All
you
right.
Zelos.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, we can hear it. Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, that's a
Ooh,
very
fellows.
pretty girl there. A very pretty girl.
Rez and I are having a figurine battle. Or
That's
a
like the
sword battle
only
right now.
figurine
I
I
think-
have.
I think 40
Yuri
will
one.
win.
I ordered a Yuri one,
I have-
but it's like stuck in the mail.
Look, there's my chocobo right there. I got duck my head. Y'all's ain't
Well,
feeling
I've got Centerfold Tifa coming soon, and I feel like that trumps everything, even though it's not a
it.
figurine.
Oof. I would have to agree.
This got the pro room with the sound.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helped with
Soundboards
the
and stuff.
echoiness. I don't know.
I don't hear any echo.
Okay, great. Ooh, oh my gosh, that's
oh,
great.
that's awesome.
Yo, J Juice with the subscription.
Oh, J Juice.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have to buy a round to us all for every subscription. Free round for everybody.
Someone says Jin's avatar has very nice hair, like well positioned hair. Look
Very
at
I mean, That's how my hair is in real life. It's very well taken care of.
You're like a K-pop star, Jin.
I do have a stuffed Tonberry, but it's in the other room.
That's amazing.
Oh, Teddy, come here.
All right, shall we get started, friends? Seems like we have a nice crowd going.
We do.
Let's do it.
All right.
I am not bad looking in real life. Yes, Brian.
We all know what Jin looks like.
Oh yeah, actually, that's the truth. Yes, I just got revealed his face not that long ago. Good looking youngster. So there we go.
Isn't he older than you?
I don't know. Is he?
I am older. I think I'm just younger than 40.
Wait,
but I'm older than Lidz.
How old are you?
I'm the oldest one here.
Jen?
I'm the youngest one here.
How old is
I am. I literally just turned 34.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, never mind. So good looking. I don't know, older gentleman.
Older gentleman.
Respect your elders, kids.
I am Asian though. I do have Asian genes, so I do look like I'm 20 something.
Podcast. It's not a
That's
podcast.
That's why.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, we got Mark in the house.
We got Mark. What's up, Mark?
Yeah.
I missed him.
Mark is here to check out the competition and really.
Oh dear Lord.
It's all right. We're staying true to
Fireside.
We're staying true to Fireside. I've got my makers, and I did BYOB, bring your own bitters. So I'll just be, making myself a quick whiskey bitter drink.
I'm kind of joining you on that. Sort of. I got my gin and orange juice. Yes, I actually do have gin.
We love gin, right? Everyone loves gin.
I hate the alcohol gin. I've learned to now say the alcohol before gin, so that gin doesn't do some crazy.
You act like I couldn't cut out the alcohol. You act like that's I can't rearrange words or something.
That's true. I'm hoping that I get that I'm only 25% Chinese, but I'm hoping I get those Asian genes like throughout all the way.
Word. All right, guys, let's get this started. All right, guys. So welcome to the very first Fireside Chat. Hello from all of us to you. So pretty much, what was it? Rez reached out to us not that long ago. We're like, hey guys, we should do a Fireside Chat. And we were like, hell yes, let's do this. But of course, we have our own beverages to bring. It could be either whiskey, beer, water, whatever the heck you want it to be. Now, just going forward, we're not really thinking about this being religiously. It's more like when we can do this, we just want to sort of get together and just talk opera omnia, from the point of view of 4 different content creators and or players. So that being said, let's go ahead and start with the introductions, because I know we're all coming from different sources. We might not know who another one is. So the first one is Rez. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh man. Okay, I just took a large sip of this whiskey. Oh man. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Rez. If you don't know who I am, I'm a little bit newer to the scene. Although, wow, I can't believe it's been since January and now it's mid-September. So it's actually, I think this is like my 8-month content creator anniversary. So yay.
Yeah.
I won't joke, don't worry. But yeah, I do DFFOO content, I do Fire Emblem Heroes content, Tales of Crestoria content, and I do music also. So I'm doing a collab right now with our very own Jeff Plays Guitar. If you haven't heard our Tears theme collab, definitely check it out. And we're working on a collab for Tazanarkin right now that should be out next week. And yes, Izar, I'm quarter Chinese. My grandma's 100% Chinese, but from Trinidad, and then my dad is. My dad's half Lebanese, so I'm Italian, Lebanese, and Chinese. It's a nice little mix. All of which love whiskey and have good food. Something that I flexed on TCC Post Show the other night.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
diversity flex.
And this is Teddy. If you don't know who Teddy is, now you know he's my best bear.
Teddy is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very confused right now. Okay, I think that's it for my intro, unless I'm forgetting something.
Well, that is great, guys. So that is Rez. Next up, we got Jin Lee, the mysterious one who hasn't done a face reveal yet. Tell us about yourself.
Hey, yeah, I am too poor to buy a web camera, so I do take donations at the possibility of buying one. So I will leave my PayPal in the links below. And I actually have been around longer than Rez, but this is my 8-month anniversary of actually having views on YouTube.
Very nice.
If you don't know me, I have done like how to play videos. The Sephiroth vid is what put me on the map on how everyone was doing it wrong, and I was tired of everyone doing it wrong, so I had to make a video about it, and somehow that ended up with me doing videos like that. All right, and yeah, so I've been having fun with it ever since, and I love doing these collabs with everyone in the community, and so I've been enjoying it. And I do enjoy beating Rez in pool battles. I think I will have to quit. I think I'm gonna stop doing these videos now. Ever since the last pool battle, I'm gonna have to quit.
Oh dear. Oh my.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's great. Looking forward to more pull battles between you two. Right.
Actually, 40 and I should have one coming up soon, and that's when I'll feel a little bit better, I guess.
We shall see.
Speaking about 40 as Raz likes to call the godfather of Opera Omnia of content creators. You guys better know who freaking 40 the Broadway Saiyan is, but 40 anyways, for those living under a rock, tell them who you are.
What's up, guys? 40 the Broadway Saiyan. I've been playing Opera Omnia since 2017 when it was JP, when there was no guaranteed 5 stars, but I didn't get into the content creation scene for the game until Global came out, and I've been doing it ever since. It's a lot of fun. I actually started the YouTube channel though, doing random stuff on the channel. If you guys like dig into like my old videos, you'll be like, whoa. I played like a bunch of other games, but yeah, just kind of keeping it going, doing Twitch, doing YouTube, being a dad, working out, just a bunch of other things, singing, cooking,
punching in the Batoy toys.
Yes, punching all the Batoy toys, and also constantly charging Jin because Jin owes me money for what he said.
That's the reason I can't buy a webcam, because 40 keeps taking all my extra cash.
Taking all his money.
He keeps bullying me just like Rez and everyone else.
Stop saying I love Seymour. I fucking hate Seymour.
Oh geez, that's funny. That's great. Awesome. So again, guys, that is 40 the Broadway Saiyan. And last but not least, me, myself, my name is Lidz87. 87 was the year I was born. I started off, oh gosh, my very first video was me actually re-rolling my global account. This is my main account that I have now. That's actually my second account, and I did want to go into some form of content creation. So I re-rolled when Squall Guys 35 CP back in the day. You guys remember those days when we used to freaking chase 35 CP weapons back during it was sad times back in the day, guys. And then after that, I did a lot
back when I was broke.
Yeah, pretty much. Mainly did gameplay videos. And then I remember I made the leap into actual like should you pull like videos around, I think when Ultimecia, when like the EX is around that time, and just been doing that ever since really. And I've had the honor and privilege of meeting all these wonderful people next to me, 40 and then Rez and Jin Lee along the way. So here we are now in front of you guys doing a fireside chat. So yeah, that's great. So again, guys, all of us content creators, be sure to check out our YouTube links. 2 of us are on Twitter. Rez and Jin Lee are not on Twitter, correct?
Correct.
Not yet.
I'm not on Twitter.
They have Discords, all that wonderful stuff. So be sure to check them.
You can follow my Discord and my Twitch. It's it's somewhere.
We'll be.
Wait, Lidz, where does the name Lidz come from? You explained where 87 comes from. Where does Lidz?
Oh, do you guys want to know the real story or what I tell people?
The real story, and what do you tell people?
Okay.
Both.
So they both go hand in hand together, so to say. So growing up, I've always liked to wear hats. Lidz, Lidz, the actual hat company. But I spell it Lidz because one day when I was with my friends just back in the day during was like high school, college, one of my friends back in the day, he was like he called me Lidz, and I asked him, hey bro, why the fuck do you call me Lidz? He's like, oh, it's because you always look like you're high, eyelids. I'm like, really, dude? So
That's pretty funny.
So it just stuck with me. So I'm like, you know what? I've been using Lidz87 ever since.
Wow.
So there's two stories to it, because I like the hats, and because my friend used to call me Lidz because he said I looked high. So
Wow.
Were you high? Or did
actually,
you just look high?
no.
I'm pretty sure you were high.
All right, so just quick, I've never done the stuff. All right, just nobody believes me, but I've never done it. So
Really?
yes, I've been around friends who have. I was around a lot, potheads, so to say, back in the day. But me myself, no, never did it.
Neither have I.
All right, guys. So anywho, let's go back on track. All right, so you guys want to talk about Noctis? Your Noctis banner draws.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I don't actually. Can we skip that topic, please?
All right, so Rez wanted to talk about Noctis. How'd that go for you guys? For those of you that did not see your guys'
it was very eventful. It was very climactic. For anybody that hasn't seen the pole battle, which it's been out for like 3 or 4 days or so. But yeah, it was a pretty epic pole battle. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Sorry guys, I'm on like my 4th White Claw, and I had a late dinner, and I'm already done with this whiskey. I'm a little lit, so
that's fine. We're all friends here, hanging out, chilling.
Yeah, I haven't like I'm just still basking in the glow of my victory. My very first victory against Jin Lee, which was very well deserved. I'm going to say that because
it was so stolen.
No,
so
it was
stolen.
not. It was the best. It was literally the best outcome, because even though Jin has absolutely annihilated me in every single pole battle, literally in the past 4, the minimum number of gems I spent was 70k. Our CLO was a fucking mess. I spent 70k gems. Jin spent 14 tickets at my suggestion. So
that was the best pool battle.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that, I want Jin to pity, but no, I just want to fucking win. And so this was the best possible outcome, because neither of us spent too much. And I got to steal the victory from under his feet. It was amazing. I got to just I feel like you were walking, you felt like you were walking down the red carpet, and I just got to steal that red carpet right from.
It's like she was waiting for this victory.
We did get the beautiful look of your face in horror, though, as I laughed. Yes. That we still get that every single pool battle, at least.
The look of despair. And no, I've never passed out on stream. I've always waited until after stream to pass out.
Except for the co-op.
I will be passing out.
Except for the co-op.
Definitely. So I should probably do the Cactuar quest now, because last time I passed out after a stream, TC, I woke up at 4:03 and missed the Cactuar quest.
Yeah, I've missed a few of those, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
40, how about yourself, bud?
Well, everyone thinks that Rez has like poor self-control. I think I have the worst self-control when it comes to pulling. Because if you guys look at my resources recently, 20k gems, 50k gems, 30k gems, and you're like, 40, why are you pulling? Look at your resources. I just go for broke. But I got knocked. So after doing, 50k gems and not even getting the LD, I had like 10 tickets left, and then I got the LD off of 5 tickets. Thank God. Nice. And then I got the burst off camera after like 30k more gems. So great. I got it.
Very congratulations.
Glad you got it.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Chef for the bits. Your room is looking sick. I appreciate it. That's the first time you guys are actually seeing my room. Well,
yeah,
with the lights on, with a little bit done. So there's that. Very, very nice, 40. So remember 40, the toilet poles with Opera Omnia banner draws on how it increases your luck exponentially?
Yes.
That's what happened to me with Noctis. 4 tickets got his burst.
Oh my God.
So
4 tickets, Jesus.
4 tickets. I was in the restroom, and it happened. And this would have happened with previous polls when the EX era kind of started. You know, you're at work. I'm like, all right, let me take a restroom break. Hey, look, I just got a brand new EX weapon. So I'm just throwing it out there, guys. It increases your chances. It increases your chances.
That's actually why I don't do a video when I do pool battles either, because I am literally sitting on the toilet when I pool with Rez. That's actually my secret to winning pool battles.
Oh boy. Yep. So that's the thing. All right, guys. So, oh man. All right. So first and foremost, I know a lot of people actually didn't like the most recent challenge quest or the previous one, in the form of Odin challenge quest. So how'd you guys do there? Come on, let's talk about the anger and frustration.
I just did like the Vivi and Leon challenge quest, so I'm not the person to ask. I'm so behind on content.
I mean, if people follow my videos, they know the struggle I had when I only had his LD, because after the part 1 pool battle with Rez, we only got his LD, so I had to wait for his burst until Bosch. So I did try the challenge quest with just his LD, and I made it to the very end, and I didn't have there's just too much RNG and good decisions. You need to be actually good at the game, and I'm not, so couldn't make it. He had a sliver of health, and it triggered me so much that I was just like, no, I need to just upload this video. I need to be done with. But then once I got the burst, then I did try it again. It was still cancerous. I did try to do it without using the burst, but then I ended up having to bail myself out with the burst, and then I ended up finishing it, and never will look at it again.
Right. Bodhi, how'd you do, bud?
I had to reset like 8 times.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I had the Noctis burst, so I had that, and then I took Paladin, Cecil, and Fran because I didn't have 7 built. But yeah, it grinds your gears. That one is not fun because the only support you have is Paladin Cecil, and he's not like he's perfect for like Holy Enchant and like Holy Imperil, but when it comes to like actual support, like he can battery the rest of his allies, but not himself, and that doesn't really help during a Zantetsuken. And then when Mounted Unity happens, it's cancer. I hate it. It was not fun, but I did it, and I didn't want to do the whole gem revival thing just because it just felt weird. I know there were a few people that that did that. That's cool, whatever. But I wanted to do it legit, but it was tough.
Now, did you guys use Noctis, Fran, and Paladin Cecil? Is that the team?
That's who I used also. Yeah, I don't have Irvine built. I don't even have the Power Stones for him.
Okay, because I know I've seen a couple team compositions that brought like Irvine or even 7. I was like, whoa, 7. So
wasn't there one that brought Fang?
I'm sorry.
I think Pestle is almost required. And Noctis, of course. You need Noctis and Pestle, and then the third could be most likely either Irvine or Fran, but Irvine is actually more useful because of his speed down, even though I love Fran, but Irvine's actually probably the most useful as a third.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That one was definitely tough. I know, like off camera, I did have to do it a few times. I like to go into stages blind. I don't read the descriptions of the bosses. So when freaking Odin was countering me, I was like, what the shit is going on? How can I stop this? I was like, oh wait, it's all right here. It tells you how to beat him. So after a few tries, I finally was able to do it. But I will admit that one was a tough one. Like if you did not have the actual like full team comp, Noctis burst, and all that wonderful stuff, I can't even imagine doing it without all them resources.
The problem is with that fight, and what makes it very frustrating is even if you know everything it's doing, there is still RNG involved. So like when he takes an immediate turn after another, and sometimes you got guaranteed broken by Doom or something, or one of his single target attacks also guarantees breaks sometimes, and he goes right into his Zantetsuken, you will just die and you can't have done anything about it.
Yeah. So.
That's the most frustrating part.
For sure. I don't know why that reminds me of do you remember the Reno Lufenia on JP? He's like,
man, once like Reno, and then right afterwards we got the Sephiroth burst Lufenia, and then we have the Kirin Lufenia. It's like, come on, it's like they're like, all right, you guys want to see real Lufenia? This is real Lufenia. Oh man, I hated those.
Those were definitely tough. I had to come back later on, at least for the Chiron for sure. I had to come back for that one like later down the line, and I couldn't even freaking do the guard scorpions. Reno, I quit. I can't freaking do this. So global players.
And you had Reno too, right?
I did have Reno, but at the same time, was that before or after lightning? I didn't have lightning. Okay, so a lot of players were using lightning for that Lufenia, and of course, lightning absolutely helps you shit on that content. So to say, so I didn't,
exactly.
So it was a lot tougher without lightning, at least for me. So global players be on the lookout for that one.
I think most global players are gonna have lightning. She's gonna be hyped up to the max.
For sure.
That's the great thing I do like about global, like why I like playing global over the JP side of the game, because I like JP, but with global we have the foresight and we know what characters to pull for. Like on the global side, I'm beating a lot more content than I was able to on the JP side of the game. So yeah, us being able to share this information with global players definitely will help them out tremendously.
It helps to be able to read the text also.
Hashtag pull for Zell. Yeah, Zell is OP, guys. But I will say this, though, that actually, you know who the strongest character in the game is now? Yuffie. She can solo a Lufenia stage. Just saying.
She can.
Just saying.
She can.
So.
She can.
If you guys don't know, there's a video. There's videos of her actually cheesing a Lufenia stage because the developers, there was a boss where it did like HP damage. What was it, like 30% per turn or something along the lines of that? It was a debuff. And of course, Yuffie can throw those debuffs off of her. But the developers didn't make said boss resistant to its own debuff.
So it kills it. It's crazy.
She is able to solo said stage. So it is great. It is wonderful. It is amazing. All right, guys. So let's talk about the next thing that we do have. We do have a little list actually. And here, let's talk about the Mog Pads and how you guys actually feel about that. You know, I don't know if you guys free to play, if you guys actually buy the premium versions, you guys' thoughts going forward compared to what it was before. Bodie, what do you think, bud?
I think if you've been playing this game for a while and you want to show it some support, even the base version of it is a fantastic value because it cuts down farming for those summon board points like you wouldn't believe. You know, like you go from having to do like 6-7 fights to doing like 2 because there's wild points and then you're done. For a character. It's insane. And then if you want to support the game a little more, I think there's still some pretty decent value in the deluxe. I mean, what do we get? We get like enough Mog tokens to get 10 burst tokens or whatever you want to exchange it for, a book. You get 5 of the EX, the gold tokens that you can exchange for any EX that's currently out. And, you get a pretty decent amount of gems. I still think it's a pretty good value if you want to support the game, because I know the game is so free to play friendly. Most players try to stay free to play, but if you want to support it, I think that's a pretty good value for it, So I think it's good for what it is.
Okay. Jen, what do you think, bud?
Well, I am known as the wailing monk of DFFOO, so I I do wail for that $5 pass because it's just time is money. Time is money. Like the amount of board farming you can do, how quickly you can do it with the pass. It's just like it was mind blowing how quickly I was able to finish Odin, and I barely had any time to play also. But I just did 2 runs to master, 1 run for treasure, and that was it. It was just over in an instant compared to all the previous farms.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the reason I don't get the premier pass is because I do like my costumes every now and then. So I didn't feel like doubling down on costumes and the premier pass, but I can see why you'd want the premier pass. But personally, I will pool most of my bursts, and I will pool most of my EXs, so I don't think I will need the tokens as much.
I love the confidence. I freaking love it. And Rex,
I have the gems to pity.
Very nice.
I don't have that level of confidence whatsoever. I am very open about what I spend on this game. I was actually completely free to play. Did not spend a penny on this game until exactly a year ago when EX Plus launched, and I decided I couldn't resist the costumes, and up until now I've only spent on costumes that for characters that I love and that I have 3/3. The only exception was Kane and Paladin Cecil. I do love them. I just don't have them 3-3'd. I don't even have Kane's EX, unfortunately, but I couldn't resist the costume. I love this game. I think the devs are amazing, and I want to support it as much as I can, so I'm very open about the fact that I'm doing the premium Mog Pass. I feel like my luck, although it's been great, it's going to come crashing down soon at some point, and to be able to have a burst in my back pocket every few months will be a relief. To have. But I'm also just very happy to support this amazing game. But yeah, for like a year and a half, I did not spend a cent on this game. So I feel like that also kind of evens it out a little bit. But I feel like out of all the gachas I play, this is the one that I am, very happy to spend money on, because they're so good to us, and I'm happy to support that.
Right. No, I definitely agree. I know, like, oh man, for the longest time, especially on the global side, at least because, JP players did get introduced to the Mog Pass a little bit sooner. And on the JP side of the game, the only thing I get is the Mog Pass for that very reason. But I get the cheap one, the $5.99 or whatever it is over on the JP side of the game. And man, that thing is gorgeous. So on global, for the longest time, I hated to freaking do summon boards because of that very reason. It's like 9 freaking runs to max out one character. No, even with the wild points, okay, maybe 7 runs, give or take. No, that's, oh man, I ask my viewers in my Discord. I'm like, I hate this shit. I really do. But once it did come out, like, I actually enjoy, like, I actually have been maxing out all the 2x multiplier characters. Like, all of them, I've been doing all their boards as they come out. I'm trying to stay on top of it. Now I have been enjoying the global side of the game. And I guess, I mean, like, now I don't know if a lot of people have used it quite just yet. I know some people are saying my volume's a little bit lower. Let me go ahead and turn it up a little bit more. Maybe I have to get a little bit closer. I have to get closer to you guys. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hello. How do you for those of you that haven't used it, what is the best time to use the Mog Pass? Now, I'm going to tell you guys my reasoning. Now, for me personally, I think the best time, especially if you're a free-to-play player, they handed us out a premium Mog Pass. I think the best time to use it is during Bahamut. Why? Because of Kuja. Now, with Kuja's LD, he absolutely helps you shred through summon grinding, so to say. Can you guys agree with that? Or disagree?
Yes, very much so.
I think during an ultimate summon, I mean, I remember that's what I said on stream. I encourage people to wait until Alexander, or even up to Odin. And Bahamut, I also agree with that too. So because of Kuja, but generally during when an ultimate summon is live is like the optimum time to use it. I of course did not listen to my own advice, and I actually caved and was just like, I hate summon board farming, so I'm gonna do this now. So I did not listen to myself, but it happens. But yeah, during an ultimate summon is what I recommended. So,
gotcha. When did you?
Because Bahamut is the last one that you do have to farm, so then you can do literally every board for everybody at that time with Kuja's LD. So your advice is coming a little late because probably everyone activated it already. But it is a really good advice.
I know there's a few that were holding on to it, at least, that would ask me, hey, when would you use it? And I was like, Kuja, wait until Kuja. You will see why.
Are you guys pulling for Kuja?
Define how far.
Like, are you going for his LD? Are you going for his burst? I think I'm going for both.
Let me see what my fellow content creators say first.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, 40.
Okay.
I mean, that is the next. That is the tentative plan for me and Reds to do a similar to Noctis pool battle. So I will be going for Kuja as well. Assuming Red still goes for him.
Oh yeah, Kuja's Bay.
If I could be disciplined, I do want both. But
now let me.
I mean, I have 30,000 gems right now on my global account and 25 tickets, totally ready for Ardent and 9.
Oh boy. Now, I would love his burst, truthfully. I know just the LD, but I'm on 40 on the same page. Like, I know my luck has been really good lately. I'm scared of when I'm going to get shafted on the banners. I'm terrified, especially Final Fantasy 7 month. I'm very scared. The pities are coming, right? The Stark's always right at the end. The pities are coming. Now, I'm looking at Kuja's, all right, the banners that he's going to be synergy on. What banner do you guys think is the best one to chase him on? Because he has synergy for his own. You know, you have Garnet, Lulu, Porum, Rydia, and Papalimo. And then he has synergy also with Gao, where he gets his LD. And, of course, one very highly anticipated unit in the form of Daddio, a.k.a. Gladio.
Daddio.
Who are you guys digging? Who are you guys feeling the best banner to chase Kuja's burst on?
Gladio.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, my personal preference is you always going to have to gem for the LD first because that's the most important. So I would gem on the Porum banner because I don't have Porum or Rydia, and I really would like both of them. And then it would be similar to Noctis. If I get his LD really early, then I would move over. I do want to gem Gladio regardless, so I would hopefully get it early and then move over to gemming Gladio for the bursts. And if I get Gladio's LD early, then you go back, and whichever one you end up with the most G tokens, then you finish off the burst on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. I mean, Jin and I are probably going to be doing a poll battle for that. I think. Sorry, guys, I'm super lit, but I just know that when I pull for Rydia, so secret, cheers. I pitied Rydia in secret. I pitied Rydia.
Rip.
Pitied Rydia. That was my 5th pity. No. It was my 5th pity. Rydia was my 4th pity, but I pitied her in secret. And it was very sad. And so I know that if I go for that banner, I'm just going to get her on the first multi, and Rydia's bae. I don't regret pitying her. I do use her a fair amount. But I was a little ashamed of the fact that I pitied her. So, oh my God, 40 is
40 is Vega. Oh man.
Gladio, guys. Gladio is a character that's 7 years old on JP, and he is known to help you with a lot of these stupid Lufenias.
Wait. What do you mean 7 years old?
7 years is a long time.
7 months old.
Oh my God.
7 months old.
I was like
7 months old.
Traveler, like I was so fucking confused.
I thought I misheard, but then
7 years old. The game has been out 7 years. Shit, I missed out on the first. I missed out on 4-year anniversaries.
7 months old.
7 years old.
7 months old. And he's still very good. He helps you with the stupid Lufenias. There's a lot of stupid Lufenias where Gladio is like, he's really good for it.
I know nothing about Gladio except that he's apparently 7 years old.
So he's
7 years old.
He stands there with his jacket open. He shows off his chest and abs and holding a big ass great sword. That's all you need to know.
That's the reason I'm pulling.
That's why
because you gotta put him next to Stripper Roth.
Ooh,
gotta have the lineup of all the shirtless males together.
That's what I'm talking about.
Vaughn is in that category.
There we go.
I paid $40 to clothe him. Actually,
not quite the same caliber. Yeah, I clothed him.
Oh boy.
We got to clothe the boys. The boys need to have their shirts on, and then we take off the. Well, he's not a boy. He's a man. A husbando.
He's a zaddy.
Oh dear. Now, I did hear us talking about us in regards to, gemming or tickets this. Now, I know, like, this is something that I've always wanted to talk to the viewers about, just from my point of view. How do you guys approach banners? Like, should I use tickets? Should I use gems? At what point do you just stop with one resource and start using another?
Okay, I'll take this one first because everyone always asks me on my videos, how do I have like 700k gems? And they're like, why is your gem count always increasing? I mean, I will, obviously. I just have so much money. I just buy 700,000 gems. But no, seriously, like, there is a like foresight in global. So you know exactly what units are coming. You know exactly when they're coming. you know which ones you want and you know which ones you don't want. And so pretty much like the ones that I cannot walk away from, I gem. Whether it be a favorite or meta, or I just want them for content. And then if it's someone that I can walk away from, I will only do tickets. And I will do 200 max, especially after my friend debacle. I will never not have a limit on tickets. And so I can walk away after around 200. Usually, sometimes if I'm triggered, I do go over. But either way, I do walk away at a certain point. And so I don't lose all my tickets so that I can keep saving tickets to keep pulling on banners that I will not gem. And then that's how I save my gems for the banners I actually want to pull on. And then when I use gems, I will go all the way for the pity if I need to. And you can't have that many banners you want to pity either, otherwise you'll just go broke. So you do need to limit the amount of banners you gem also. That is the way that I amass my gems pretty much. If you go all the way back to all my pool battles are the only banners I gem. So every banner in between, I've only used tickets. And so far, have you seen my pool battles? They've all went pretty well. So my gem count has been quite safe for a long time, pretty much.
Pretty well, I heard.
All right, that is my strategy.
Sir 40, your 2 cents on that subject.
Okay, so if we're talking about how I do it, I switch to gems if I get impatient. Like if I haven't seen what I want in like 100, 200 tickets, I just automatically switch to gems. But yeah, that's my strategy. And then if I get really impatient and I finish the stream and I still haven't gotten the weapon, I'm gonna pull off camera. I told you I have worse self-control than Rez. I think I do. At least, like, Rez, your gem count's like at what, 200,000, 300,000? I have 30,000 gems.
400,
I mean,
400 now.
Now, some call me Brian actually just asked an interesting question on our current topic. As he asked, do you guys feel tickets have lost their value? You know, lots of people have spent so much tickets and not get what they want. And Rez, you did respond to that. Would you like to?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been very lucky on tickets recently. For those of you who've seen my videos, I've been stupid lucky on tickets. I'm very concerned, but I've also gotten very unlucky on tickets, and RNG is RNG. I play other games where there's only one form of, I play other gachas where there's only one form of currency for you to pull for what you want. And so just the fact that there's an extra form of currency that they're so generous with, because if you don't, you know, we get like, what is it? Something like 300 tickets per month, something like that, even more if it's with summon board. So I have more tickets than I've had in like several months. Just, you know, obviously it helps to luck sack, but tickets are really invaluable. I think that since gems are what you can guarantee, you save those for like Jim said, for what you know you can't walk away from. And then it's nice to have that other currency for the more luxury items that, I mean, you should never try to ticket a burst. That's just, you know, not, RNG will not be on your side there. But for characters who, like, you know, you don't absolutely want or need, but you want to try for, like, tickets are a really nice way to go about doing that. So no, I don't think they've lost their value at all.
Right.
I've also luck sacked a lot recently, so.
I definitely agree with you, Rez, on that subject. It's because I know it's like, at the end of the day, it's a gacha game. What can we say? There's percentages. All gacha games, they're just the way they are. There are other games with worse percentages to pull a said weapon. This one, I would say the rates in this game, they're good. They're on par with the better ones, so to say. And this game being a very, very, very friendly free to play game, we have a lot of resources. Now, the thing that I see a lot of players is like when they talk to me or when they make comments like, hey, I spent like 300 tickets and 30k gems, I didn't get the burst banner. I'm sorry, like, and when I'm trying to be nice about it, but it's like, you really shouldn't be chasing a burst weapon unless you have the pity amount. If you're absolutely sure that you want it, save up the gems. Like that, I think that's the one thing too, is players need to understand that since this is a gacha game, you have to restrain yourself, and believe me, in like 2 to 3 months, you will have more than enough. You will have the pity at least like 125,000 at least. So what, like, my approach to like with a lot of banners is like if there's a character that's getting an LD and burst when they're debuting, I have a plan to at least throw 200 tickets on that banner, because if I can pull the LD, I have a synergy character, one less character that I have to pull for the upcoming events that they are on. And then, of course, anything that I absolutely want, Stripper Off, Burst Weapon, I might be the only one, then I will go ham. I will pity for said character. So tickets for me on characters that I'm iffy on, like 200 LD and or Burst debut, 300 to try to get the LD, and after that, like if I want them, gems for sure.
We have a few questions in chat. Someone asked, let's see here. I can't find it now. What's wrong with me? So someone asked, what was a weapon that we pitied that we regretted? I guess this could be both for either JP or Global. For me, it was Deuce LD. I don't know why I pity that. There was a collector, because everyone knows that I always chase everything on JP, because it helps me make content, because I like to show gameplay. And I did. I don't know why, but I pity Deuce LD. I have no idea why, and I absolutely regretted it.
Omar, cover your ears.
Oh,
I regret it.
So now that you have her, how does she play? How does she feel? Because I didn't go for her. So how does she feel?
She's Lufenia viable. You know, the utility that she provides to the party with that LD effect is actually pretty good. You know, it's just. It's definitely not worth the pity. I don't think anybody should do what I did unless they really absolutely like Deuce. But yes, I did. I pitied her, unfortunately, because the collector in me was it got me. Yeah, I'm trying to justify it, but no, don't do what I did for that weapon.
Don't pity Deuce.
I actually pitied it, and I can't believe I did that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it was Danilo, someone that on chat that asked that.
Gotcha. Oh man. Rez, how about yourself? I know you mentioned Reddit earlier. I don't know if that's something you regret or not.
The weapons that I've pitied, I pitied Vayne when he first came out. I pitied, and then the three of the other pities have been in pull battles with Jin Lee, so that would be Arnea, Leo, and although I got to 70k gems with Arciela, I did not have to pity her. And I don't regret any of those. I don't regret Rydia. I got to almost pity with Aphmau. I don't regret that. There's no pity or even almost pity that I've regretted, because everybody that I've gone in with gems on, I've kind of like, even though I was hoping that it wouldn't be that, I've expected that. So it's like, oh, bless you, Teddy. Bless you. He is the cutest sneeze.
Bless Teddy.
Bless Teddy, indeed. I think he might sneeze again. I don't know. But yeah, I think, and that's why, you know, I used to be like the queen of YOLO multis, but now I feel like gems have even more value, because, like, you know, it was easier to ticket an EX, but now with Burst, it's nigh impossible to ticket a Burst, and I say this as somebody that got Von's Burst off a ticket. So if you want a Burst, the only way to guarantee that is gems, and if you do a YOLO multi on one banner, that's like, you know, 5k more that you miss out on to pity a Burst on another banner. So I haven't done a single YOLO multi, but anyway, no, there's nobody I regret pitying. Is the long answer to your question.
No, that's fine. We're talking. That's why we're here. We're here to chill. We're here to hang out. We're here to talk. Pity. That's a good one. I know on JP, I think burst wise, I pitied Warrior of Light, and I think Ramza. So if any, I regret Warrior of Light, but I don't regret Warrior of Light, because I like him. You know, he's, you know, Final Fantasy 1, he's justice, you know, he's there to fend off evil, so to say. And I like, you know, those type of characters in games, the defender tank like character. But was his burst worth it? I don't think so. Just his LD is fine. Even on the global side, just his LD for Warrior of Light is fine. So burst wise, if anything, I would say that one I do regret.
I would say pretty boring. I do follow all my pool plans, so I haven't actually had any regrets on who I pity, because when I go with gems, I do plan to pity them, and anything less is a bonus. But I will say that do regret not following my pity plans for Fran because she was originally on my pity plans. But after I went 70k gems on Leo, I didn't want to.
At least you didn't have to pity him.
Hey, that's only 5k gems difference.
You got a book.
But...
You got a book.
So I didn't want to continue to spend possibly another 75k gems right after. So I did go in with tickets, and with the mindset that I'll just ticket until I don't get the EX, until I get the EX, and that eventually led to 790 tickets for no EX, and that was probably the most devastating I've ever had with this game. So if you want somebody, then you just pity them and don't use tickets. They're not guaranteed. That's pretty much what I learned from that. So I don't regret pitying anybody, but I do regret not pitying Fran out the gate. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I like Fran. Fran's pretty good. Definitely.
Fran in that outfit is just like, she's just wearing like a nighttime lingerie.
Money for Square Enix right there, guys. Oh
you
boy,
just pity her for the costume alone.
All right. What the hell is that for?
What was that 40?
You showed it to us before, and I'm so confused.
Oh, you guys need to see 40's troll side. He has a troll side, and it's wonderful.
He has a troll account.
I do have a troll. I have a troll YouTube channel.
I don't know if the viewers are ready for that one though. Not yet. I don't know.
Oh, they know. Some of them know about it, and Jin is confused as to why one video has like 300,000 views.
Unreal.
No, it was like millions of views, and you have like more subs than all of us. Like on a troll YouTube channel, you have more subs than all three of us combined. It's like what the hell?
People like the trolls. People like the trolls, especially that.
No, it just makes us. It makes us feel like we do nothing of importance, and 40 just trolls, and he can get thousands of subs and views.
People love it.
He's just the godfather.
He is. They like that Vega dance. But anywho, so Bosch 9. So we have this listed down as our last thing, but Bosch and 9. I know a lot of players, viewers are discussing. If you have Bosch, you guys can absolutely skip 9. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys have to say about them? Bosch, if you guys aren't familiar, he's the Undying Tank. 9, he is a pseudo DPS support like tank character. He does have tank like qualities built into his kit. He has a warrior of light like shield with his first ability, roaring something. I wrote up the damn thing, or I forgot the name of his ability. But his first ability has something that shields your party members, kind of like Warrior of Light. And Bosch, he just taunts up everybody and doesn't freaking die, especially with his LD ability. So what do you guys have to say about that one? Just curious.
I think if you plan on pulling for Warrior of Light when he gets his LD, even just his LD, you don't need 9. 9 is cool. It's just that his tanking it's not like true tanking. For one, he doesn't have a taunt, and his shield is weird. And I know, like, I talked about this on the video that I did, but his shield is not like Warrior of Lights, where it's more reliable, where you could just reapply it regardless of the amount. Like if your shield is like, let's say 40,000, and then like you use a skill 1, and the shield would have been like a different amount, it's not gonna It's so weird. It's very weird. Yeah, I mean, he's still a good character. I think he's still a fantastic character, and I think his LD is really strong too, because protects the party from HP attacks.
Correct.
And then and so he's still a great character. But if you're looking for a tank, I think Warrior of Light or even Bosch is still better. Is still a much better investment and option for that, because I used 9, and then when Warrior of Light came out, I actually stopped using 9.
Rip 9.
Rip.
What's up? I know, Rip 9, yeah. I stopped using him because I'm like, why would I use 9 when Warrior of Light does the same thing, but he's a lot more consistent, you know?
Right.
So.
Jin and Rez, what do you guys think about that?
I didn't actually, 40, I listened to it, but I have a really weird, not quite ritual, but I listen to Should You Pull videos like in the shower, and I just put it on my speakers, and I don't watch them, so I maybe don't retain all the information, but it's like, you know, it's good to it's a good way to pass time. So I was listening to your 9 overview video, 40, and I agree with what you say. I don't think I like his kit based on what you said. So I won't be I won't be pulling for him. I also didn't realize that Fujin was also synergy, so I should be fine with Noctis, Bosch, and Fujin, and that's basically. I was wondering whether I was going to be using a couple tickets, but with that, I'd be.
And Jin.
Yeah. For me personally, I'm skipping him just because I have I'm sorry, Type O fans, but I just have no interest in Type O characters. There's just so many of them. They look all the same. The only ones I like are Rem, Trey, and the other two are not in the game, Queen and Scythe. The other ones, I just don't care about them. I have Machina as LD, and I didn't even 3-3 him. He's 0-3 still. Oh. It's just it's just something I just don't. They don't interest me, so I don't even care to use them. So there's no reason for me to go for it outside of I do need Power Stones occasionally, but if I pull 9, I wouldn't even have the Power Stones to max him. So I am definitely skipping him. I do have ingots to max people, yes, but I don't have Power Stones.
That makes sense. With Type 0, I remember on JP when they were first coming out, there was legit back to back Type 0 character. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, why is there so many Type 0 characters coming out? And truthfully, they're actually pretty damn good, truth be told. And then later I found out that over there, with the Japanese audience, they're very popular over there. And of course, the JP side of the game, since they released his character first, that's what happened. But me personally, I mean, like you guys were saying, he's cool. His concept is cool. I'm trying to tell, a lot of viewers, don't downplay him. If you don't have Bosch, he's a nice pickup. If you're going for Warrior of Light, maybe hold off until Warrior of Light. But he's not a bad character. But it's like my fellow, content creators were saying, is that if you guys have Bosch already, and if you guys are going for Warrior of Light, then you don't need 9, truthfully, especially if you have Noctis, which a lot of viewers did actually go for, and if you have any of the other 2 synergy characters in the form of Barrett and or Fujin. I have Barrett, he's 3 out of 3. Fujin, I'm not sure if I 3 out of 3 heard. I'm gonna have to come back to that one, but I will save this.
How dare you, Lidz? How dare you not 3-3?
How do I end this? But for me, it'll be freaking Bosch, Noctis, and Barrett, but I will. Oh, Dragoon is saying I 3 out of 3. See, Dragoon remembers shit before I do, so thank you, Dragoon. I did 3 out of 3 Fujin.
Okay, good for you. You are forgiven.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But I will give this piece of advice to our viewers. On the JP side of the game, we're in an interesting era on the banners where it started with Emma Italian, Amy, where now there are 2 LDs on a banner. So if you guys do happen to skip out on 9 now on global, we don't know yet who it's going to be, because unfortunately on JP everything got pushed back because of COVID-19. But it could be Barrett or it could be Fujin LD weapon that it will be featured on the 9 banner. So if you guys skip out on 9 now, you guys could potentially pick up 2 LDs in the future. And I believe that 9 should be featured on JP this upcoming month, his Lost Chapter, if I remember correctly. They haven't mentioned anything yet, but it should be coming up. So if you guys want to plan out for that, for sure, I would definitely take that into consideration.
I do want to make an amendment that I will be going for Kurosame because he is a badass and actually looks different than everyone else.
I would say Kurosame is definitely a good pickup that players should get into, especially if you don't have a unit that does HP damage reduction. I'm sorry, HP damage up. HP damage up. Woo.
HP damage up, yeah.
He's amazing. He's another stupid Lufenia cheeser character.
All right, so I mean, we pretty much covered all the main topics that we wanted to cover, but now we are in question time. So if you guys do want to go ahead and ask your questions, feel free. We do have a few pre-questions that I believe Rez and Jin asked to their viewers that if you guys would like to go ahead and answer, and we could potentially cover any questions are asked in the chat. So
yeah, and I did see one that was asked a little while back for us. That was if a non-main character / villain could get a burst, who would you want it to be? And at least for me, I'm gonna choose 3. That would be Celis, because one, I believe that she's just as much of a protagonist in FF6 as Terra is. but also Tifa and Eris, and honorable mention to
Tifa. Yes,
Tifa.
Tifa and her blue dress costume with burst.
Oh my
Thank you, please.
fucking god, that blue dress costume! Oh my god, I wanna
That would be
buy
my
it.
choice.
That'd be pretty nice. How about you, 40?
Questions or what?
Who would you want a unit who isn't getting a burst weapon to receive a burst?
Let me think.
Zell.
Come on,
You
guys.
know what?
You
He's probably like Agrius because I love tactics and
Ooh.
Edge. Edge.
and either one of mine either Edge or Shadow.
Oh, Shadow.
Zell just for the jokes, because then afterwards people will stop treating him like a joke. Because unless somehow his burst makes him worse somehow. I don't know.
It might.
Pass them.
Oh boy, that'd be great.
Shadow needs all the.
I'm seeing one
Setting.
question that was asked here before, actually from previous one that Resin put it here. So, with taking into consideration what we'll be getting in the future, what change in the game would you like to see?
Is that like a global like question where you want to change the quality of life?
Or. Well, I mean,
I would love the artifact fix,
Yeah.
so that we can fuse all bunch of artifacts together, and also it comes with a mod pass that you can use better artifacts. The artifacts is probably the longest part of the game for me at this point, like using artifacts and stuff. It is a pain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would like that. I think so. I'm gonna approach this as a mechanic that isn't inside of the game yet, and I don't know if a lot of players will agree with me. I don't know if they'll start calling this lazy. Is an auto repeat option.
Oh my god, yes.
After battles,
Please.
when you guys, especially when you guys are guild farming, you guys are farming when there's like the 2 times a doja drops. Just let it run, let it automatically use the stamina pots, give us that options. There are a few other games that do this. I'm going to put into example 7 Deadly Sins. They actually have that option. You click options, use my stamina pots, use this infinite runs until you run out, and just go. So that is one change I would love to see in Opera Omnia. They have the potential to do that.
Fire Emblem has that.
Fire Emblem has
that. That sounds risky. I would have lost 1,000 potions and just capped out on tokens after having left my thing running or something.
But see, then they will also include use a 3 times book option also, so you don't just burn through your stam pots like crazy, and you will max out. So the way it has it, once you max out on something, it'll just stop your run. It's just not going to go indefinitely or infinitely. Okay. So there will be a point, if you cap out on something, it will just stop you from continuing.
Oh, someone brought up a good one, and I was actually going to suggest this, but being able to auto sell low-tiered armors, weapons, and artifacts, not just selecting them by 30. We need a button to do that.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. Super helpful because, for example, when I'm about to start streaming, one of the things that I do is try to clear out inventory so I could do co-op. I'm clicking every single one. I'm okay, by this time we need this. And then another thing, I've ranted about this before, fix the friends list. Why is it only 300? Why is it only 300? And also, why is it when you hit auto, it only invites the first 20 people? Why? I don't get that. Or have a room code or something like that. If they don't want to add more friend slots, do something like that. Because
a room code would be awesome for streams.
Yeah,
a room code would work. Yeah.
I agree. I hate it. So I remember riding the train home from work. The whole train ride is just me clearing out my freaking artifacts because I collected a bunch and I was too lazy to just go through. Before we had the auto feature to just automatically select them. I'm this is going to take forever. Legit half an hour just selling everything. I hate it. I hate that too. So if we could, and why are we limited to only selling 30 items? Why?
Right. Using 30 for enhancement too.
We have 700 inventory slots. Why can we only sell 30 items at a time?
It'll break the game if we go over 30.
Apparently. So it's something that they can I believe it. I don't know. I'm not into developing. Slim is saying it's a coding issue, but I hope that is something that they can take care of in the near future. Or like 40 said, if that is the case, then just a very simple option. Click a button, automatically select the lower tiered weapons or a dojo or artifacts. Just give us that flexibility just to make it that much more faster. So, hold on, let me see. You guys see any questions?
There was a question that's not DFO related, but I think it'd be okay to answer it. What are our thoughts on the Final Fantasy 16 trailer?
You mean Final Fantasy 15 Part 2?
Should we answer that?
Yeah, of course. I thought so when it started. If you guys haven't seen the trailer yet, go watch it. When it first started, Final Fantasy 16, I'm like, is this Final Fantasy 15 Part 2? What the hell is going on here? Because at first it looked futuristic. I'm like, come on. Really? You guys are going futuristic again? But as it plays out, it goes more into like the regal, medieval-like feel. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to shut up. And I'm really not sure how to feel about it 100% yet. I need to see what it's going to do because truthfully I want Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 remake, but that's okay. So right now I don't hate it, but I don't love it yet. I need to see more.
I'm with you on there too. Because like the first character they showed, I'm like, is that older Noctis? Who is that, right? And then it started getting into that. I'm like, okay, it looks like it's in a different era. Okay, they got a character who's pretty much Square Enix Joshua. Because if you guys haven't seen Joshua's tweet on Twitter, he posted his kid photo and the Joshua character, and they look exactly the same.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
I'm just saying, I think that's Square Enix Joshua as a character. But yeah, the graphics for being like PS5, I was like, I've seen this before. It doesn't look any different. I think we need to see more footage. I think right now it's super early, and it's a trailer that's there. It gets us a little excited, but I'm not like completely sold just yet.
Right. They definitely gave off the Noctis vibe. Like I was like, wait, does the main character has like in one scene they had like the black uniform. Like I love the color black. Like I love when they're all like in dark colors. I love emo. Why not? Awesome. But switch up the color scheme. I don't know. Go back to purple, like Cloud's outfit, dark purple. I don't know.
Dress one.
Cloud dress one.
Yeah, I'd just say that I was pretty unimpressed. Like I was like really surprised that they released a trailer for Final Fantasy 16, so my hype levels were quite high. And then after I watched it, it just felt like a mix of 14 and 15. So it didn't feel like anything new that was being brought to the table. So, but we do have to wait. It might be like an amazing story. I do really feel that story and gameplay make a big deal. Like graphics wise, I don't really care that much about graphics too much, as long as the gameplay and the story is quite good.
Right. And someone actually did ask us if we feel like we will be seeing Final Fantasy 16 characters sooner. I think yes, to build up the hype for the game. I don't know about global. I know JP, they might do something to kind of build off the hype, or they might wait to show us their abilities. I'm actually not sure about that one.
What is Rez reacting to?
What is she reacting to?
Oh my god. It's the picture that shared Joshua's tweet where like he looks just like the kid in the trailer. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. That's unreal.
Gosh damn, I'll have to check that out. But what do you guys think about seeing set of characters early in Opera Omnia or upon launch?
I'm okay with that.
I'd say it'd be pretty standard. I mean, I remember when Three Houses came out in Fire Emblem last year, and they released the main characters around the same time that it launched for hype purposes, and it certainly got me hyped. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So, like Opera Omnia players for sure, start saving up your gems just in case. I know you might actually hate the game. All right, this happened with RNA. A lot of people just hated that it was RNA. But wait until you hear what said character's kit does.
Lidz, I got timed out by Nightbot because I tried posting a link.
Damn right. All right, damn right.
Banned.
I need to make you guys mods. I'm trying to prevent links because, yeah, you never know what individuals will be posting. So She might ban me from her
Doing the
streams.
same thing at 47.
Hey, oh, there we go. Dragoon. Just ask Dragoon for permission, and he will post it. So, do we have any more questions? Feel free to ask.
Let's go through all the questions that that they posted for us on our videos, so that we don't feel like we skipped over them or anything. So the next one is, how have your thoughts on the various Final Fantasy games changed over time? Have any favorites gotten dethroned, or have you enjoyed ones you previously didn't? I would say that nostalgia definitely stays strong with me for my first initial Final Fantasy, so nothing has ever overthrown 7 ever, or Tactics. But I do say that if I didn't play 7 first, I do think that 10 would have dethroned 7 if I had played 10 first, because 10 is just absolutely amazing.
It's amazing
in terms of gameplay and graphics at the time, and story. But nothing beats 7 for me because of just nostalgia. It's just too strong.
Rez?
For me, I'm a little bit different from most people here because I played Final Fantasy later in life. I'm a lifelong gamer, but the JRPGs that actually got me into JRPGs were actually the Tales games. So I played, FF3 and FF4 once the remakes came out on DS, because we were a Nintendo family. We didn't have PlayStation, so couldn't play Final Fantasy. And then I never beat those two, but I actually started streaming 3.5 years ago, and then took a hiatus, and then started creating content for DFFOO. But back before I went on hiatus and I was just streaming, I played a lot of Final Fantasy games for the first time. So the first game that I streamed was actually FF7, and then FF10, then 8, then 9, then 6. And I absolutely loved them. And then I recently played Remake and 12. And I think I need to give the ones that I played on stream another play, because when you're streaming a game for the first time, it's so hard to focus on just the game, especially like an RPG where it's really story heavy and you really need to be paying attention, and you're trying to interact with chat and everything. And this is me talking as somebody who pre-hiatus, I was averaging like 10 viewers per stream or something. Like, it wasn't even that much, but just the whole aspect of making it entertaining was enough to take it away from the entertainment of the story for me. So I feel like I need to replay those. But for me, I'm a sucker for sprite-based RPGs. Chrono Trigger is my favorite game of all time. So I knew I was going to absolutely love FF6, and I did really love it, but I would love to play it again. And then I played FF12 specifically because of DFFOO. I knew that when I was playing and reading, the different stories for everybody, I knew that I was going to really enjoy it. So I finally played it a few months ago, and I absolutely loved it. So I do love that this game makes me want to play the different Final Fantasy games that I haven't played before. So because I've played all of them so recently, I wouldn't say that any of them have necessarily changed in my ranking. I'd probably put 7 Remake, 6, and 12 all in the same tier for me. Closely followed by 10 and 9. Those were probably my favorites of the ones that I played.
Nice. 40.
Well, I started off with Final Fantasy IV, but it was Final Fantasy II on the Super Nintendo. That was my first Final Fantasy. And to be honest, I have played a majority of the Final Fantasies and beaten them, except for like a handful. And 4, aka 2, for me was still the best. The reason why is 4, each character was unique. Like, each character had a role that was set to them. You had Kane, who was a Dragoon. Burst damage, he goes into the air. He does a lot of damage when he jumps. You got Edge, who was relegated to stealing things, throwing things, having ninjutsu. You had Rydia, who was your summoner, and it was also the introduction of the ATB system. And every character had their own spotlight, of some sort of being shown off of this part of the arc is about this character, this part of the arc is about that character. So Final Fantasy IV, even up to this day, and I'm currently streaming it right now. I'm playing through the PSP version. It's still the one that really solidifies the series for me. It's always going to be my favorite. Next to it is Tactics. Tactics is my second favorite.
I need
Yes, praise.
I want so
Tactics is fantastic.
So good.
When are we gonna see
so
Delita? When are we gonna see Delita?
I know,
DFFO
right?
trolls me so much with Tactics. That's also one like slight issue I have with Type 0. I don't hate Type 0 exactly, but why did they give them so many characters and they've given Tactics only 2? I've had this rant a couple times. People who know me, I've ranted on this topic a few times already.
Amen to that. I would love to see more characters for sure.
Yeah.
So that question. So coming into this game, I'm the typical Final Fantasy VII fanboy. I was like, hell yes, I see Cloud. I want his gear. I don't give a damn about any of their other characters. Who the heck is this chick who has like a blindfold on her face and punching? I don't care who that is. She turns out I freaking love Ida now. I love bringing her onto content. I know her name. Sorry, it's not Ida, but they revealed it in the game. But it's like just learning, like someone who really doesn't know a lot about of these other games, because my history with Final Fantasy in the series, I played 7, I played 8, I played 9, I've played 10, 11, I never got into the online thing. 12, it was a little bit different because I was always into the turn-based kind of stuff. 13, I got tired of Snow saying he's a damn hero every 5 seconds. So just for me, like coming into this game and learning about these characters and their interactions, they do give a little bit of backstory to them, you know. And as I learned about them, and I know a lot of characters in this game now. Like I know their names. Like in real life, I can meet a new person. Like, who the hell are you? If I'm introduced to a new Final Fantasy character in this game, like, oh yeah, they were born during this era, during the Civil War, you know, that happened on so and so, whatever, all that wonderful stuff. So I love it. I love that it's introduced me to these other characters from different games that I never played, like Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6. I love Galuf from Final Fantasy 5.
Yes.
I love Kane. I'm sorry?
Grandpa.
I love Grandpa. He's an amazing tank. I max him out on JP. I max him out on global. # no regrets. I like Kane. I definitely max out his EX weapon. I love when he jumps into the freaking air. He jumps like a madman. He yells like a madman. And you could just feel the power behind his attack. So that's what it did for me. It's introduced me to a whole world of other characters outside of Final Fantasy 7, and I'm loving a lot of them.
Did you play 6, Lidz?
I'm sorry?
Did you play 6?
I did not play 6. No, I started on 7. 7 was my very first game that I introduced. I didn't even know what the heck it was back in the day. I did not know.
This is the same as me, pretty much.
Yeah.
We pretty much born in the same era, and that's how we kind of grew up. And 7 was our introduction to Final Fantasy.
Okay, I'm younger than both of you guys, and I still managed to play.
You know
6.
what? Your generation is more open-minded. Okay.
We're all millennials here.
But actually, to build on that, I want to ask you all, like, what is your favorite character from DFFO that you've never played the game for? Mine would have to be Aphmau. I've never played 11, but I just love Aphmau to death.
Aphmau's cool.
I played it for like an hour because I wasn't really keen on an FF MMO. But everyone should know who my favorite default character is by now.
Oh, it's Seymour. It's Seymour.
Wait, I didn't know that you only played it for an hour, though. I thought you actually knew her a little bit better than that.
Oh, no. I only played it for like an hour or so. Heck no. When I found out FF11 was an MMO, I was like, why? And I was big into WoW back then because I was a huge WoW head. And I'm like, I just can't see this as an MMO. And I tried it and I didn't like it. But I loved Shantoto when I started playing Defo. I'm like, this character is hilarious. She's funny. Like she's Dr. Doom because any of her physical encounters, it's not her, it's a doll. And that's exactly how Dr. Doom is in the Marvel universe. So you don't know how strong they really are because they keep throwing out their clones or whatever, you know. So I think she's a funny character. That's why I love her in Defo.
Nice. Rez?
Oh man, that's tough. Before I played 12, it would have to be Fran, but I played 12 as of recently. So for games that I haven't played, Probably Agrias. I really need to play Tactics, and I really want to. But when Agrias came out in Global, I got her off like 20 tickets or something. I got her EX off 20 tickets, and it was amazing. And I used her so much. She carried me through so much content, and I just love like the Holy Knight archetype character. So I think for all the characters, like Agrias has made me want to play Tactics the most. But I also that would be my answer.
You cut off there, Rez. I think you punched your mic or something.
Oh, I did. Oops. Yeah, I did. I touched it for a sec. But where did I cut off?
Something about Agrias represents like the whole Holy Knight.
Yeah, the whole Holy Knight archetype that I really like. And so even though I've never played FFT, I've never played Tactics, and I also really love Renza. I've grown to love Renza a lot. Those two characters have made me want to make Tactics my next Final Fantasy game.
Oh, you should
you shouldn't be allowed to choose Agrias because you should have played Tactics already.
But literally, it's the question of choosing character for Final Fantasy.
I know, you should have played Tactics already is what I'm saying.
Okay, you should have played FF6 already.
No,
you should definitely play War of the Lions as like it's like the remastered version. It's got some animations. Yes. You're gonna love it. It's a great game. That's a great game. Great story. All that wonderful stuff. For me, it's gonna be Ida. I love what she does. So surprisingly, back when I first started Opera Omnia, I know I was like, I don't know who this chick is with the blind thing in front of her face, but I actually used her a lot with her 15 CP when I first started this game. Like, hey, I like that she punches and all that wonderful stuff, with her recent, rework in EX Plus. I just love what she does. And Richie, 40 has been seeing all the chats that Richie just got me into Final Fantasy 14. I literally just started it today. And I can't wait to see her in there and, actually learn the whole backstory. I know what happens because of Opera Omnia. I know all that wonderful stuff between, Ida and Lise. But no, I really like what Ida does. Like, she's quick. She does a lot of damage. I love her EX ability, animation. I just love it. I love it. I love what she does, and she's great. So. Oh, this one might start a war between us, guys. Who do you think is the strongest main protagonist in Final Fantasy? Can we tie that into Opera Omnia too, or take it how you guys want?
I'm gonna go crazy with this. Don't let me answer this right away.
Okay, so Rez, who do you think?
Lightning.
Terra.
Ooh.
Terra. She's Lightning. A fucking Esper. Terra is a fucking Esper. I've never played 13, so I don't know anything about Lightning, but Terra's bae, so.
Okay.
Lightning is a goddess, like literally and figuratively.
It's gonna be Yuffie. Come on, guys.
It's Lightning. Lightning is a multiversal tier character as a goddess.
I probably can't answer this one because they know more the history, so.
The next two, which people underestimate, is actually, I told you I'm going to nerd out on this. I love versus battle. The next two, which are going to be surprising, you guys, is Squall and Onion Knight because of the beings that they have to face. X-Death is a being that can control the void, which if you think about the void, expands like a universe. And that's a very... X-Death is from 5, yeah. Wait. Bart's. I'm kind of lit, too. Okay, Bart's, Onion Knight, and Squall all had to fight beings that control some sort of substance that's like you can't measure it. Like, for example, Ultimisia is time. Can't really measure that. If someone who controls time, that's really powerful. So Squall's at least solar system buster. Here we go.
I wouldn't say they're the strongest. I would just say that they're underdogs that defeated like a powerful being, kind of like how I win my pool battles.
You lost the last one.
Oh shit!
I'm the underdog. Yeah.
Like I know some people are gonna be like, Sephiroth's the best villain. I'm like, well, Sephiroth's just a planet buster. So
hey, Sephiroth's the best villain. All right.
Sephiroth.
Hashtag he destroyed the universe, but then your characters were just fine. They took like 10 damage. So, all right, guys. Do we have any more questions? Again, we can
finish off the other ones in the Google Doc.
They're interesting ones. They kind of, I don't know. Current top 5 games? I don't know. It's not really Opera Omnia related.
Yeah, we said that they could be from anything. Well, I don't really. Man, it's been a long time since I've actually been playing 5 games.
My top 5 games are Chrono Trigger, Tales of Symphonia, Pokemon Gold, FF6, and what would be the last one? Probably the third Ace Attorney game, Trials and Tribulations. Good shit. So I think those are my current top 5 games, and I replay many of those like often. I replay a lot of those often, and I never get sick of them. So
nice.
That's my answer.
40.
I'm not going to include Final Fantasy games because I love Final Fantasy too much. But non-Final Fantasy top, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch.
I need to play that.
Came out. Valkyria Chronicles is another fantastic game that is in my top 5. Capcom vs. SNK 2, Soul Calibur 3, and if I had to choose a number 5, probably Chrono Trigger.
Fuck yeah.
Sir Jin?
Oof, it's yeah, I was like, my gaming has been like almost solely Final Fantasy, outside of a few titles, and those that come to mind are Mass Effect. I love that series.
Really? I never knew that.
The Witcher 3 was terrific. Back in the day, I haven't played in a long time, but I loved Civilization. I haven't played that in a while though, but like the Civilization series is great. And yeah, I'm blanking on any others, but mainly, yeah, because I mostly played Final Fantasy, and then of course, like outside of that, I would play like Tekken or FIFA with my friends and stuff. But those I don't consider as like favorite games or anything.
Nice.
Well, actually, FIFA is pretty great though.
It is, especially when you switch sides to the other team and score the goals and switch back before the game ends. Oh yeah, of course. Let's see. For me, I got a few. So top 5 in no particular order. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Oh, Ocarina of Time, yeah.
Legend of Dragoon, Tales of Symphonia, and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. A lot of Legend of Zelda.
Damn, I didn't realize.
You don't see the poster right here, right there? That art? It's Link in front of Hyrule Castle. That's literally Link.
Very nice.
I love Zelda. I love Zelda. It was amongst one of the first N64 games that I played, aside from was like Mario 64. So, all right, guys. So one more question. Make it a good one. All right, before we end the show. Let's make 40. You pick the last question, either from a viewer or one that you could come up with.
Hey, Jet. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey.
I like the question on the dock. It's funny.
All right, do it. Your choice,
Go
man.
for it.
Your choice.
If you all want a year supply of White Claws,
I quit.
what flavor of flavors would you choose? What flavor of flavors would you choose? Let's start.
Okay, make it 2. So this one and then one Opera Omnia related.
Black cherry or raspberry, obviously.
Okay.
I'd say black cherry or the mango.
I don't drink.
Fair. I've never tried White Claw. But if I had to pick a flavor, something on the sweeter end, do they have watermelon or strawberry? Is that a thing?
They have watermelon, and it's pretty solid. I can only have like one before I.
Okay. So watermelon for me. Then again, I've never tried it, so.
Guys, Teddy is tired. He's my best player.
Okay, so all right, so here's the last question. All right, so this will be it for tonight. I actually like this one. Who do you want the next burst or new character to be? So let's tie those in together. Who do you want the next new burst character to be? Or new burst? I don't know. However you guys want to see that.
Well, there's only so many characters that haven't gotten their burst yet. So are we talking about like characters that will definitely be getting a burst, like protagonists and villains, or like ideally?
Who do you want to see next get their burst? And
realistically or no?
I assume it's realistically because we answer the non-realistically already.
Correct. Realistically, who do you want to be?
My God, fuck Doki Doki Literature Club.
Sarah, absolutely 100%.
Really?
Sarah.
Zach
Sarah is my girl. Sarah's my girl.
I keep hearing that Sarah would potentially get a birth, or at least that's what the hopes are.
I don't see why not, because she didn't get a rework yet, and she is one of the protagonists in the second Protagonist shop. She is the 13-2 protagonist, so I'm pretty sure she will be getting a burst. Otherwise, they did her super dirty.
Is there EX in the token shop?
Yep.
Along with Lael and all them.
Okay, so I guess they're considered main protagonists, but she.
13-2 is 13-2 is a full-on series, I guess. I mean, full-on game. So
fair enough.
I mean, if Zach and Vincent are getting it, she will be getting it too. And if she doesn't, then Zach won't be getting it either, which would suck.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Rez?
Zach, all the way. Zach, I don't know if you guys can see the art that I have of Zach and Aerith.
It's not safe for work.
It's totally safe for work.
The incoming one isn't safe for work.
My Terra print and my Terra Robo print, but
Nice.
they're kissing across your sword. It's amazing.
Zach would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but Zach would probably be my wish list character.
40.
Power Meteori! That's who I want.
Seymour.
There! You don't know who that is? Golbez.
Golbez.
Power Meteori!
Oh man,
Golbez is
Swolebez.
That's why you didn't say Swolebez.
Daddy Swolebez.
I would love for him to
Golbez.
be first. He'd be broken. Oh man, he'd be really busted with his burst.
Everybody stop saying Seymour for me.
Seymour for Rez.
Seymour for Rez.
For me, it would have to be Vincent. I like Vincent. Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. I did play it. Vincent, that guy needs some love in this game. Gosh damn, he needs some love. He is sitting on that bench next to Zell, just waiting for their times to shine. They're just there. They need love. They need LD and or burst. All right, guys. So that is it for today's Fireside Chat. I want to thank everybody to join us for the very first one. Again, going forward, we will let you guys know when we do these. We're so far, I mean, I think due to actual real life and all this stuff, we're not going to be doing this weekly religiously, so to say, but we will let you guys know once we do decide to, once we do have one of these planned, we will let you guys go. I'm sorry?
Especially if people enjoyed it.
Right. I'm glad people enjoyed it. So if we can start off with 40, tell people where they can find you.
You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. And I do have a Facebook page, although I don't really post on it too much anymore. But I do have one. But you guys can find me there. So, but yeah, thank you, Liz, for setting this up. Actually, wait, Rez set this up, right?
She came up with the idea.
Liz did the amazing work.
We were like, let's get drunk and just talk Opera Omnia. So that's where this came from.
That was my suggestion. So. But Lidz did most of the heavy lifting.
And also remind Jin that he owes me money every day. So
you can blame 40 for me not having a webcam.
So Jin, where can 40 find you to ask for his money?
I can't answer that anymore. I've run out of money. But yeah, you can find me on my YouTube where I do how to plays, and I generally beat Rez. Just ignore the last pool battle.
No, the last pool battle was glorious, and it was the rightful vengeance.
Rez, where can they find you? Sorry, Jen.
Oh no, I just wanted to just say thanks to Rez for the idea and Lidz for setting this up.
Word.
And 40 for being awesome. This was fun, you guys, and I hope we can do this more often in the future.
For sure. And Rez, where can they find your 1 in 4? 1 in 5 videos?
Yeah, I am now 1-4 against Jin with the most epic comeback win ever. So You can find me on. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second because I was thinking about how he is. Look at him.
He's so adorable.
Look at him. It's my best bear. Anyway, you can find me on YouTube and on Twitch and on Discord, and that's it. Thanks, Liz, for setting up the beautiful graphics and everything. Much obliged.
No problem, guys. And me, myself, you guys can find me on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Twitter, where I just talk about other games that I do play. All right, guys. So again, I want to thank the wonderful host today. Again, Rez, for the idea of the fireside chat. You guys heard me say that for the longest time. I did want to do something like this again, and it's great. I love hanging out with you guys. You guys, we're always on the Discord where we have our fun, and all that wonderful stuff. And this was great. So I am definitely looking forward to more fireside chats in the very, very near future. All right, guys. So again, thank you guys to the viewers for coming and joining us for our very first fireside chat, and be on the lookout for the next one. All right, guys. So we will see you guys on the next one. All right. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.